Hi everybody, a new year is upon us. Ready for that New Year's resolution? In the beginning of the year, we have this tradition, but it goes beyond tradition. What a great motivator. New year, new goals, new life. You had your presents, you had your parties, and now it's time to get ready, so let's go. We all know that life never changes just because a calendar flipped. But I love that when we look around, we see opportunity, possibility, and hope. That's why the new year is so powerful. December forces us to sit down and reflect as we experience the joy, and for some of us, the drama of the holiday season. You sit amongst your family and friends and reflect on the year, owning up to the reality of our accomplishments or the lack thereof over the past year to those who love us can really give us a swift kick in the ass. Hence, the New Year's resolution is formed and the journey begins. But why so often do we miss the mark for our vision of a better tomorrow? Most people don't even make a New Year's resolution anymore because they don't feel confident that they're going to follow through. Nobody wants to be disappointed, so why even bother setting that new standard for the new year? You will wake up January 1st and feel invigorated, like Superman on top of the mountain with his chest out and the cape blowing in the wind. But unfortunately, that feeling tends to have a short lifespan. Following that brief feeling of motivation, something gives. Something causes you to fall off your path. So you make a resolution to commit to something new. You say to yourself, okay, I slipped a little bit here, but next month I'm going to be rocking. It might work for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, maybe even a month. But sooner or later, you'll end up relapsing, and then an all too familiar feeling of self-loathing, disappointment, and maybe even a little bit of depression sets in. So you go back to your resolution, and the process repeats itself. You're basically like a pendulum swinging back and forth between the person you used to be and the person you want to be. So why is it so hard to stay resolute? Simply put, motivation is finite. When you set your goals way too high, oftentimes you run out of motivation quickly. I'll start with my own personal example. I tell myself I want to wake up at 5 a.m. I see those videos about celebrities who wake up 4 in the morning and have protein shakes and lift weights and do whatever they do. I see that army ad that says we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do in an entire day. And man, am I pumped. 5 a.m., here I come. First few days, I am on and I am rocking. 2 weeks later, that motivation is replaced by an obstacle such as, a bad night, which makes it difficult to wake up. And then that starts the problem of excuses, then a little bit of feeling bummed, anxious, like I said, that depression of not accomplishing the goals I set out. That feeling of, I failed. And that's not good. The problem here is I set my goals way too high, way too soon, in a way that was not sustainable. What I needed to do was wake up 15 minutes earlier than the week before. I make small improvements that is based upon consistent effort. After a month, I'm waking up 1 hour earlier without any issue. And after 3 months, I've hit my goal and it's part of my routine. I've made slow adaptations every week so that when I'm at that 5 a.m. mark, it's not a big shock to my system. The point is that your goals will be achieved through little steps that make the outcome possible. Your New Year's resolution is not to be the greatest real estate agent or entrepreneur in the entire world. It is to say yes to doing the little things every day, even when the motivation is not there. We fail because we want to be on top of the mountain of success, but sometimes we omit the journey it takes to get there. Wanting more is a beautiful thing. Thinking bigger is incredible. But let's remember that those who obtain big things don't always think of them as big things, but rather as committing to consistently do those things that are necessary without falter. The only thing that's going to make you happy this year and other years moving forward is to know that on a regular basis, you feel like your life is making progress. Those little consistent wins will not only help you accomplish your goals, but will install a feeling of satisfaction that is built on day by day. Much like the river flows, your life keeps moving. You're either going to progress or regress. There's no stagnation. You will never be exactly as you are right now. You will either be worse off or better off. That's the reality. So whether you're on top of the mountain right now or at your lowest point trying to dig yourself out of the proverbial hole, there's got to be a vision that's compelling you to wake up every morning at, 5 a.m. Something that you know is going to make your life better, your family, and your community. Knowing this will give you the desire to make it happen. If you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you got to have that desire. I know for some of you it's easier said than done. It is important when motivating yourself to know why you're doing it so you never enter that mindset of why bother. Many of you who are watching this right now are trying to get your career off the ground. Right now, there may be no job, no clients, a whole lot of nothing. It doesn't matter. It's better to be prepared for the opportunity and not have one than have the opportunity and not be prepared at all. Every day, make sure you stay consistent with those one or two things that you need to do and be consistent and don't quit. Do not be concerned with the fruit of your action. Just give attention to the action itself. And the fruit will come. And if it does not, something even better may come in a place that you never even imagined before. I don't believe in a new year, new you. But I do believe that if you're serious about change, the current you is already there and has everything it needs. I once did a post of a guy making a wish to a genie in a lamp. He said, "Genie, my wish is that you grant me all the tools I need to be successful and make my life better." The genie said, "Poof, your wish has been granted." The man was so excited, he ran to the mirror and he looked around and he saw nothing different. And he yelled out, "Genie, nothing has changed. Everything is exactly the same." And the genie responded with a grin, "Yup, that's the point." All the tools you need have been there all along. Just look at things a little differently. When you're always focused on the finish line, it could do more harm than good. And your results will come not because you said yes to the finish line, it'll come because you said yes to consistently taking each step that brought you there. That's what's been missing. That is what matters, and that's why this new year will be the gateway to something spectacular. Just think of what your life would be like if you kept every commitment that you made to yourself and to others, all of them, no matter how small, and did not falter on a single one. If you make the change within yourself, you're going to be proud this year. And no feeling of achieving accolades or money can mirror that feeling of pride. Knowing that you did it, you made your life better, you made your family's life better, you made your community life better. That's an amazing feeling, and I hope you achieve that. With that being said, Happy New Year, create your plan for a better future, stay consistent with all your goals, and I hope you achieve everything you desire. Happy New Year.